Hello and welcome to Games Over Explained. Today we're obviously doing something a little bit different. I am doing a stream, and obviously we're not playing Going Medieval today. We're going to be playing Megaquarium. This game is actually really fun. I've been playing it for the last couple hours. I played it a while back, and I ended up not playing a ton of it, but I actually had a really great time. So I wanted to pick it back up today and kind of get a refresher. And then I was like, this would be a fun thing to just hang out and chat and play a game that's a lot of fun. I actually just got an update too, or rather, I guess a DLC, adding some new content as well as the fact that it's on sale right now for the Steam Autumn sale. So that's pretty cool. We're just gonna jump right in and get started here. So I'm going to start a new game, and I'm actually just going to do a sandbox mode. I've been playing through the campaign. I'm only on chapter 5, admittedly. The first 4 are kind of just a good tutorial, and then the 5th one here is kind of your first time that you're able to really build out a full aquarium and kind of just going from there. So we're just going to do a sandbox, keep it simple. Let's do standard. You can do a lot of configuration, and there's a bunch of different presets here. Just for our purposes, we're just going to play a standard one. I do have all the DLC on it as well. So if you go and buy just the base game after seeing this, you may not necessarily get all of the fun features that are available to it. But we're going to get started. All right, so here's our base aquarium. We don't start with anything. We can go ahead and click to open if we want. But just to give you a quick rundown, you can build tanks. This is equipment, filtration, types of fish, decorations like plants and rocks. These are obviously utility type functions for your staff. And then we have food and drink and all that jazz. And then we have decoration down here. So it's pretty straightforward. We'll take a look at what animals we have available to start with. Oh, hey, Combative Yeet. Welcome to the stream. Let's take a look at what kind of fish we have here. And if you have any strong opinions in what kind of fish we should start with, feel free to drop it in the chat real quick. I'll give it a few minutes. I know there's always that little bit of delay. So I'm thinking for best bang for our buck, just to give you some rundown on what some of these things mean. This is how it influences your prestige for your aquarium. And all this really is going to do for you is it helps increase the amount of stuff you can get. So I'll show you down. Oh, it doesn't even have the prestige menu yet. We'll go more into that in a minute. But these guys here, different fish, contribute to different types of prestige, ecology, and science as you play through the game. And they're kind of important. So looks like we're going to be starting with the Royal Grandma. So we will go ahead and build our first tank for that. We will start with just a basic tank, just to keep things simple here. We'll do a 3x3, and that'll pop up this guy here. We do have a little bit of money to work with, so I'm going to go ahead and right off the bat expand the aquarium just a hair, just to give us some breathing room and increase the amount of space we have for things like maintenance. So we're going to grab the first Royal Grandma. Normally, you can do it a couple different ways. You could just drop the fish straight into the tank if you want, and then they'll suffer because the water is not treated to their liking. So I normally pause when I'm adding new exhibits just because I don't want the fish to feel like they're suffering or anything. So that's as many grandmas as we can get. The next thing we need to look at is our water quality and heating, as well as what kind of food they eat. What I like to do is I like to build little maintenance areas for our tanks. Let's see. Okay, so we did start with a pump, which is great. And I'll show you why here in just a second. Let me expand this out a little more, spend a little more money. And then what we're going to do here is I'm going to build a wall. And this wall is just going to back up to this exhibit. And then we'll put a staff door right here. And that provides us some access in the back here. It's not quite a wall tank, and this isn't exactly how it's designed to be used. And actually, let's bump this out just a little bit, and I'll show you why here in just a second. Let's finish this wall off, and then from here, we can start building our maintenance facility. So we're going to start with a basic pump, and we're going to be able to attach it to the tank. The pumps let you offset their machinery. So like in the base game without a pump, you would have to make sure that a basic filter would actually connect directly to the tank for it to actually filter the tank. The way that we're doing this is a little more advantageous because it makes sure that we can hide our machinery, which I find to be a very good thing. So let's go ahead and drop in our filter. We might need to use a power filter because it seems that the water quality needs to be 60. So let's start with that. Yep, so that immediately cleaned it up. The next thing we need to do is grandma our tropical fish. So we're going to need to add a heater in. It looks like we just need 18, so we will just put 18 in there. That should take care of those issues. The next thing we need is food for the fish. Grandma eat orange pellets. So we're going to drop one of these back here in this staff area. And for the sake of conserving space, I actually am going to move this forward just a bit. And then if you ever want to sell anything in this game, you just press X and it moves it into sell mode. And then you can come through and just delete whatever you don't want. So that will take care of that. We have our grandma set up. We have our orange pellets, all the maintenance stuff set up. The next thing we need to do is get some utilities set up back here. So if you want staff to be able to repair things, clean things, etc., you have to provide the tools for them to be able to do that. In this case, we have a tool, tool wall shelf, and it comes with a toolbox that allows the staff to be able to do repairs on any of the broken machinery, because machinery does break down. If you see here, this one breaks down every 7 days. So it is a bit of a problem. And in fact, I'm just looking at this and I do think we actually need to expand this out one more. So let's undo what we just did again. And I want to make sure I get some of this right up front because it's going to be semi-impactful down the line. I mean, we can always expand out if we want, but we also just don't want to waste space. So I'm going to move this by pressing M, and it's going to let me automatically grab that. You can go into each individual item and click this little grabby tool here, but pressing M is just much faster. That's what I prefer to do. So the next thing, we have a camouflage staff door. I probably should have checked to see what all we had here before I started building things out, but that's okay. So I was going to add, getting distracted here, a sponge sink. Because we are going to need to build in a bathroom. And that is the actual next thing that we are going to add in. So we're going to drop in a themed toilet here in this corner. It comes pre-painted and has some ventilation and all that jazz. Looks pretty nice. And the next thing we can do is we can add a bench up against there. So that takes care of our toilet, which needs to be cleaned every 8 days. A bench to start with. And then let's go ahead and get our vending machine out. It doesn't look like we have a food vending machine yet, so I'll just go ahead and drop one of the drink vending machines up front. Whenever you start a new game, it kind of randomly rolls the items that you end up starting with. So it's hard to tell what exactly you're going to end up with in the beginning. So let's see. Yeah, so we need to probably put a bin in as well. We'll just put one next to the entrance. So we still have 7,900 to go. We need to hire somebody. So let's take a look here. So one important thing about staff in this game is if you've ever played like Zoo Tycoon or Planet Zoo or Planet Coaster or anything like that, where you have to hire staff for a theme park, the individual hires that you have are like janitor and zookeeper and that kind of deal. With these guys in Megaquarium, they have skills. So staff is staff, but they all have individual skills. As they level up, as the game plays on, you can add skills to them or you can train up skills. So it's important in the early days where we're kind of strapped for cash and we're not pulling in a ton of money yet to go through and make sure we cover our bases with staff. So the big ones I want to see immediately are feeding and fixing, which means that Scarlet here is probably a good candidate, but let's take a look. We also need cleaning. So what I might do is I might hire Simon, who's feeding and cleaning, and then also hire Scarlet, who is feeding and fixing. So let's do that. And that takes care of our staff. They'll wander in. You can see them at the entrance here. And that should give us enough to get going. Last thing to do, actually, before we open, is decorate this tank. The Grandma don't have requirements in terms of different, tank requirements for decoration and things like that. So we're just going to decorate it how we want to decorate it. So let's start with the caves here, because these guys actually take up a lot more space. And so what I'd like to do is just kind of center it there. And then we'll throw some rocks. I think rocks will look good. And we will put in some grasses. We can't use the kelp as much as I like the kelp. And the only reason we can't use it is because the kelp is too tall. And this tank is only 1. So it just won't fit, unfortunately. That should get everything going. So let's go ahead and click to open. In the meantime, I'm going to check my missions here. Let's see. Here at Ocean Life Outreach, we believe education is the key to saving our seas. Wow, so this one is combined science across all animals to be greater than 400. We'll go ahead and take it. A display featuring the following would give your base prestige a boost. So there's 2 different kinds of prestige. I was explaining the prestige earlier. You can see it down here in the menu now. There's regular prestige, which you can lose over time. And then there's base prestige, which is kind of a permanent lock-in point. So this is actually a pretty good event. Ooh, this is a really tough one, though. Build a tank with 5 different animals with a point value, ecological point value of 280 or more. And then all requirements met. I mean, we can add it to our list of things to do, right? And then let's see what our last one is here. Oh, they want a guppy tank. Okay. So we can work on that. I'm going to say you're surprisingly persuasive, and we'll sideline that for a moment because we need to go ahead and start doing some science research. So as the game progresses, it hasn't appeared just yet, but there is a science meter similar to the prestige meter, where as you go on, it will allow you to research new items. So in the interim, I think what I really want is this deep wall tank. I like the deep tanks a lot more than I like the shallow tanks. This is just an easy way to start the game out. So we'll let this run. See here, now you can see the science menu down in the bottom left, along with the prestige menu. So let's let this run for a second here, and let's see if we even have guppies for this mission. And we'll kind of... Okay, so the next question is, can I get guppies from this lady? Sometimes the events will let you just take a guppy. Let's go down here to the mail. Yeah, so doesn't look like she's giving us guppies, so we're just gonna have to wait on that one. The other ones are mixed display, which we'll have to wait on a little bit, and then education. So I think we'll probably just end up building for now. Let's see, these guys are... Let's see, this delicate-looking beauty is deceptively hardy in the wild. Royal Grandmas claim small territories and vertical reef walls. So I wonder if we have another reef-type fish. Let's see, because that would be... I want to try and set up areas. If you've ever been to like a real aquarium, they typically have themed areas. So I think that's kind of where I want to go with this build. So let's see. We could look at the half and half chromis. Usually needs to be kept in groups of 4 or more. They aren't fully tropical. Oh yes, they are. Sorry. think all of these should be because it's the sliders on. So we could go for a big hitter if we wanted to. The Panther Grouper is tropical. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and dive right into a big hitter. Get a big old fish in here. Everyone will be happy. Let's check our tanks real quick. I should have... Ooh, I may not be able to. Hang on. What's the depth? Okay, so it doesn't seem to mind depth too much. The alternative is we can go ahead and try and build this one. Yeah, let's do that. Let's try and do one of the big mixed displays. I don't know if we even have enough space. The lagoon tank can go up to 88. So that might be the way to go. So let's do this. Let's expand the aquarium again. I generally have no problem just slamming out extra area in the aquarium. It's a little expensive, but not a huge deal. I am going to pause for a second, just because I don't want this guy running into the staff area as I hedge it out. And let's see. We actually might need to do some adjustments. So let's move this tank over one. I am going to have to reconnect the pump. And then what we're going to do is we're going to expand the staff area out once again. And the reason I'm doing this is in its current form, there's no way to travel across the entirety of the staff room. And while I could just put another staff door on one side of on the other side over here, it's just not gonna serve the same purpose for us. So let's go into our move tool and just fix some of these things that we've pushed off the wall here. All right. So I am gonna end up putting a staff door over here, by the way, but I just wanted it to be a little more functional, I guess. So let's see. Wow, these are big boys. Let's do it. Let's put a big old tank in here. And the cool thing about the lagoon tank is you can kind of see from the outline, this guy is like at floor level, but this one's sunken in. So that'll be a good one for trying to meet our five animal goal here. So let's see. First thing we need to do is we need to probably go ahead and get our pump in. I wish we had the power pump. We don't have it yet, so we're gonna have to be a little creative with this. We can connect multiple pumps to one tank, but each pump can only connect to a certain number of tanks. If you look down here on the bottom right where it says pump 2, it does have a tank limit of 1. So we're gonna have to work around that. No biggie there. So let's go ahead and put our staff door in. Actually, let's wait, because I want to go ahead and get our filters in for this guy here. And we're going to put a heater in because they're going to be all tropical. We already know that. Yeah, so we are going to need a lot of a lot of space for this. That's fine. We'll overcome this issue. First thing I want to do is let's go ahead and get all of our fish. We already have the Royal Grandma. So I'm thinking we could do that Azure. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, so I'm not going to try. Let's do one of these, the blue boys. We're going to call them blue boys because I think that's probably the best thing for me. Let's grab some of the king boys. I need to actually make sure that this isn't going to cause any issues. Let's see. Cannot be housed with a bully. Okay, well, I don't think any of the fish are bullies. Let's look. Yeah, I'm not seeing any bully fish in here, so we're good. Go ahead and drop in a couple more. So the half and half chromis need to have 4. That brings us up to 3 total animals in here. Then we're going to go for the orchid Dottie back. Let's do 4 of those. And that brings us up to 4 animals, and then we just need 1 more. So I don't think we need tank lights for any of these others. We might do the squirrel fish. Squirrel fish are cool. Could do a soldier fish, or we could do both. Yeah, let's do both. Why not? We'll do 2 soldier fish, and then we'll do 2 squirrel fish. And now let's look at the ramifications of all the fish that we've shoved in this tank here. We are going to need to increase our filtering as well as our heating by quite a bit. We also need to create some housing for them. So let's come down here and grab a rocky overhang. Just give them a little bit of shelter, somewhere to hide. That way they're not always exposed. I don't think we need any rocks, but I, for one, like rocks. So I'm going to put some rocks in here. And then we're also going to grab some eel grass. Should be able to just kind of plant this to and fro. I actually don't know. Will kelp fit here? It will, because this is technically too deep. Excellent. So let's drop some kelp here in the center, in front of the rocky overhang, just to give them a little bit of privacy. We could put some sea grapes over here. And then let's grab some lettuce. And just drop a couple little sea lettuces in here. All right. I think that looks pretty good. There's tons of fish in there. All right, so the next thing we need to focus on is getting this tank up to snuff. There's a reason I expanded this area out quite as much as I did. And that's because I'm going to cheese it and just slap another pump on this. And then we're going to grab another power filter, which should take us above our filtration need. And then we're also going to grab another power heater. And it's still not quite enough. Okay, well, that's all right. We can do this and just add a third one on there. And that should take care of the issue. We're going to go ahead and add another filter on there. We don't need it, but I just don't want that to not be symmetrical. So we should be good to go on this. The only other thing to check is, oh, it looks like literally all of these eat orange pellets, which is fantastic. So let's go ahead and drop in our staff door. And I actually want to use these camouflage staff doors. I kind of like them a little more. We'll go ahead and get rid of this other one as well. We have it available to us. We might as well try and hide it a little bit. I mean, obviously people work at the aquarium and there are places that you're not going to be able to access, but that's okay. We'll just get it taken care of. Do we have paint available to us? We do. So let's paint this up. This is our tropical section. Look at that tropical bathroom. It's beautiful. All right, so that gets us all taken care of there. We're going to go ahead and let it run. And I am going to take a sip of my drink because I'm getting thirsty talking nonstop. So it looks like we have unlocked our next ecology project. So let's take a look and see what we want to unlock. Ooh, mantis shrimp. I like them. They're very needy, but if you've never seen any information on mantis shrimp, they're the ones that can punch really hard underwater. It's pretty cool. We will... Oh, we need the guppy, actually, to complete that one project. So that probably is what we should go ahead and do. Requires natural water. If health is greater or equal to... then the water is acidic. Oh, boy. All right. Guppies are very needy creatures, apparently. So let's go ahead and unlock the guppy. Just get it done. We need it for our project anyway. So our ecology here is not quite high enough. What are you doing back here? There's a guest in the staff area. Let me move him out of there. So yeah, this ecology is not anywhere near high enough. We might just have to go in and add more fish of the same kind. So let me pull up my fish list real quick. So we have 2 of the blue boys. So I'm going to add 2 more of them. And then we're going to add 2 more of these guys. We already have a bunch of the black and white guys, so let's leave them be. I did realize that there's only, I think, 2 squirrelfish in here. Yeah, And they require to have at least 4. So let's drop in 2 more of those so they're not feeling out of whack. That should bring their happiness up to 100. This is going to be a little more challenging than I thought it was going to be. So let's add in a couple more dotty backs. There's going to be a ton of fish in this tank. Do 4 more blue boys. It should increase our ecology by a fair amount. A couple of the king boys. I'm just kind of mashing it out. I don't think we're going to make it. I don't think this tank's big enough. It's fine. We'll have an amazing display of just a ton of different kinds of fish. I don't want to add any more soldier fish because they require places to hide and stuff like that. So let's... yeah, we'll add more black and white chromis. Let's just fill it out the rest of the way. There we go. That tank is 100% full and just barely over half of the way to that challenge. So let's take a look at what else we've got in here. We've got an animal donation. Let's see. I am interested in donating 3 of the following animal to your aquarium. An Oriental Sweet Lips. First, you will need to prove your aquarium worthy of such a donation. Oh, we need to do a tank with 3 panther grouper and a point value of 160. What's a value of a panther grouper? 42. So we only need 4 groupers, and that should get us to where we need to be. Okay. Well, maybe we should have done that instead. I'll accept it just because it's, we need to collect some of these challenges as we go along. That way we have something to work towards. So let's see here. Yeah, I mean, we're just kind of grinding out our prestige and science right now. So I guess the next thing to do would be to expand out again and build another tank, right? So let's do that. Let's see if I can move up just a bit. Let's take it out another 5. Then immediately put a wall down so guests don't try to hide. Oh, there we go. And then we will paint the tropical look on that backdrop. And let's see. Should be good on staff doors because we've got one right there. So if the panther grouper requires 55 and they get quite large, so let's say it's 14 is the max size, which it is. And if we have 4 of those, that's going to be 56. So a tank of this size would be plenty. So we can throw in another lagoon tank exactly like this. Maybe just a hair smaller. Do a 4x4 like that so it's not quite as big. Is that enough? 56 is exactly enough. Okay. So let's get these panther grouper. Put 4 of them in there and pause for just a second. And we will grab a mussel dispenser because that's what they eat. We'll just put it over here next to this other feeder. And then we will need to build another pump system. So let's get on that. Do a pump here, attach it to there. And then we need to grab our power filter. We are going to need 2 of those, looks like. And then we're going to grab a heater as well. We are going to need 2 of those as well. So I've never had any major issues with covering pumps. Pumps don't seem to break down. So like if you click on this, on the heater, you can see it says breaks down every 6 days. But if you look at the pump, we just don't have that issue. So I don't mind covering it up. I like for, realism's sake, I guess, to not cover it up. But, not worry about it too much. I'm just trying to have a relaxing day playing with an aquarium, so I don't think we need to get too worried about it. So we're going to put a rocky overhang in here. And I think we actually should probably do 2 just side by side like that. And there are our Oriental Sweet Lips. We'll have to build another aquarium for them. But we'll do that here in just a moment. Let me finish this enclosure that I was working on. Why don't we decorate this one? Maybe put like a little barrel in here. Maybe a conch. Just kind of tuck this over here in the corner. And then let's get some leafy greens in here in the form of eelgrass. And then we'll do... No, that should be good. That looks good. I don't think we need any more. Grouper like to live amongst rocks, so maybe I will toss in just some more rocks. There. And then we have one blank space. Make it look a little nice. All right. So now we've got our grouper enclosure done. We do need to find a place for... Oh, there's red striped earth eaters. We'll let that sit on unread for a minute, or sit on red, I guess, is the term. Let's take a look at these guys. So they are tropical, so they'll fit in our tropical wing. So our next deal, I really want to get some wall tanks done. Honestly, the grouper would be a better match for the wall tanks. But, you know, it is what it is. Maybe we'll move them later and we'll reuse that tank for something. Maybe that's what we do. There used to be a way to go into first-person mode in this game, and I don't recall what it is. Maybe it's just keep zooming in. Yep, that's it. All right. Oh, excuse me, lady. So here's our grandmas. They're doing good in here. Let's look at our insane tank. Wow. There's a lot of fish in there. I hate these top-down ones. They're hard to look at the fish, but holy smokes, that's a lot of fish. Wow. Hello, sir. Let's go look at our grouper. Yeah, just hanging out. Doing grouper stuff, I guess. All right, so back to building. So ultimately what I want to do is I want to keep the areas separated a little bit. Like I said earlier, just kind of theme out the area. We do have a broken down piece of machinery, and now that I'm thinking about it, the single toolbox is not going to cut it in this this area over here. So let's go ahead and drop another one. There we go. And that should get that taken care of. So I guess our next deal will be, let's see, how complicated are these guys? Likes to share with at least 3 other species of animal. They will eat crustaceans and starfish. They require... Wow, they are 45 ecology. Okay, so I'm wondering if we could... Let's see. This tank's already full, of course. I was going to say, I was wondering if we could move some of our... Why'd the temperature drop? Oh, all of this is broken down. Very nice. And we don't have enough toolboxes to fix it. Oh, new day. So that should refresh the toolboxes. But I am going to go ahead and put in another one, because I'm not paying attention to that, and I really should be. So that should be 3. Hopefully that's enough for now. We'll keep an eye on that. So what I was thinking is, can I put a little tank over here for some of these guys? Oh, we got our wall tank. Awesome. The next thing we want to research is probably the large filter. It does a lot more than the power filter does. Like an impressive amount. Oh, we've got a broken filter. Hopefully we'll get that taken care of. So yeah, I was thinking maybe we move a couple species out of here and replace them with those oriental sweet lips, because they seem like they'd be compatible with this enclosure. So let's look at how much space they take up. I've already forgotten. 5 to 9. They eat crab. Do we even have crab yet for food? Yes, we do. Okay. Yeah, so let's see. If it's 9, then I would have to remove a fair amount of these guys. Can I move the blue boys into their own enclosure? So I've got 27 space I need to free up. And there's only 8 of these guys, and they take up 2 space. So no, they don't get their own enclosure. Maybe my black and white boys. There's 8 of them. That puts me at 24. Still not quite enough. Well, let's see. I know the squirrelfish are a little bigger, so that's only 16. Shoot. Okay, well, we may just have to revisit that in a minute. And make sure everything else is going well. It's going okay. I did see there was another mission in here. Let's take a look. Hello, curator. Blah, blah. So they want to give me a cichlid and then see if I can breed it. Sure. We've got like a billion missions. Oh, there's our guppy. So let's look at some... Oh, let's get the eel, for sure. No doubt. Not even a question. So I'm thinking we go ahead and expand out again. I know it's getting, like, long, but that's okay. Because, again, we're trying to keep it separate, and I want this, like, big corridor here for staff to be able to walk through. I think that's a generally good idea. So we are going to build a deep tank. The question is, do we build a deep observer tank or a deep wall tank? I'm thinking an observer tank, because I just like the way they look. They kind of bubble out, look nice. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll bring it out to like there. Bring it all the way over. Nope. Okay. So that is the maximum size, and it is giant. It's going to be 120 gallons, which is huge. So I'm thinking let's take it down to like 100. Let's see. How many gallons did we end up with over here? 88? I'm wondering if I just messed up. I'm wondering if I should transplant all of these guys over here. Build the largest tank I can possibly build. No, let's save this for bigger fish. I think that's fine. So we are going to need a wall over here to finish this out. And then we're also going to need to build a platform because it is a raised tank. So we will do that. Like so. And that's going to give us the deep observer tank. Let's figure out what to put in this, shall we? Actually, let me paint this wall while I'm thinking about it. Done. Okay. Can I actually paint the... Oh, I can paint the tanks. Cool. Let's do that. That one I can't really do much about, but the lagoon ones I can. So that's pretty neat. All right. Let's take a look at our fish and see what our options are. We are running out of fish. I can't decide between these two. Maybe we do something... Oh, we don't have, like, any other options except for guppy. And I don't want to tackle the guppy thing just yet, I think. Let me close out all these windows real quick. Oh, let's see. We keep working towards our education goal. This is still going to be really hard to hit. All right, actually, I think the smart way to do this is let's put these guys in here to start with. Can I do this? Yep. All right. So that should put them in the tank. And now we just need to figure out how the heck to heat and cool this or heat and filter this giant thing. So let's expand out the staff area a bit on this side. And we're going to do the same thing. Man, I really wish we had a power pump. Oh well, can't be helped, I suppose. So if we put one here and put one here, we should be able to put a couple power heaters on this. Wow, we're going to need a lot. So that's enough heating. We are going to need to drop these filters on here as well. Oh man, we need a lot. And that's just for these three guys. We still have to add a bunch more fish in here. Fun, fun. All right. Let's see. So if I remember correctly, they really just don't have any beef with anything other than light. And then they need at least 3 other types of animals in here. So let's look at who we can throw in here that aren't crustaceans. Conspecifics. I don't remember what conspecifics means. But that's okay. Let's see, crustaceans and starfish. So we could do some of these butterfly fish in here. Let's do 3 of them. And then flame angelfish cannot be housed with flame angelfish. So solitary, I guess. Probably only need to put one of these guys in here. Find out. All right. Let's make sure I haven't made any mistakes. Yeah, these guys still want some more friends. And so we will toss in maybe some soldier fish again. Or I like squirrelfish a lot, but we already have 4 of them. So yeah, let's go ahead and do some soldier fish. Oh, we are very out of money. Okay, I need to let this run for a minute. Let's let this sit and run. They're gonna be real mad because it's not filtered enough. There's no plants. Spend money, people. Come on. I'm gonna fast forward a bit. Hopefully you get us enough money to finish this out a little bit. We are gonna need another filter. How much am I gonna need for that? $74. I can do it right now. Let's do it. So that gets us enough filter. Oh, we got our eel. Let's see. We can unlock our hermit crab next because they're easy to just kind of fit into other. We can drop hermit crabs in there because if you look, where was I here? They are scavengers, so you don't actually have to feed them. They just eat debris, I guess, off the ground or whatever the case is. So we'll go ahead and do those because they'll be easy just to kind of fit in somewhere along in the area. So we are going to get to pick our next science project here. I'm going to go for the large heater because this mess tells me that we just need more efficiency for our heating purposes. And we are back down to 68 filter, but let's see if I do sea grapes. That will add some filtration to the tank. So let's do that. And I don't think it's enough. So we may have to add another. Let's actually do this. Let's back out of here. I'm going to sell this filter and pause for a second. And then I'm going to replace it with a large filter because that's going to be a lot more efficient. We do need to provide some housing for this as well. So we'll go ahead and do that. And that should cover us. I'm going to go ahead and put 2 in here just to make it look a little nicer. And then drop some rocks back here, clean it up a little bit, and then we'll drop in some eelgrass. And that should do us. And then we just need to make sure that we have green pellet and crab available. So let's see under food here. No, that's not food. I always do this. We need green pellets. So let's get the green pellets. Where do we want to put them? We can put them right up against this enclosure. I think that makes the most sense just because they're close, I guess. And then we'll put the crab dispenser in here as well. Let's see, what are we missing on needs for everyone? Now they did increase size over here. And so I'm going to do the same thing we just did. I'm going to sell this filter here and swap out the large filter. So to explain what that means, some fish, when you buy them, are a certain size. So for example, let's look at the panther grouper, since that's what happened. And you see that it says 7 to 14. So when you buy them, they're babies, right? And they're only 7. They take up 7 in the tank. That means when they grow, which it says here, 4 days to grow, then they'll increase to size 14, which means they will consume more air, or I guess water in the case of an aquarium. And it just means that they're just going to use up more of that. So we might find ourselves in situations moving forward where we're going to have to increase the amount of filters that we have, which is exactly why we got the large filter. So let's go ahead and unpause because I think we're finally in a decent place. I'm actually going to slow it down a little bit. We've got some money back as well. And everyone seems to be happy, except for this person. That Oriental Sweet Lips looks stressed. Why are you stressed? Well, it hasn't been fed yet. Let's prioritize this. And actually, the little, I guess the little chevron, I think is the term for that. That little chevron there means that it is a skilled feed. And I did not consider this. Do I have anybody that has feeding 2? Yes, I do. Okay, so you're going to be like super priority for feeding. I want you in charge of fixing. And then you'll be 2 for cleaning. Let's let it run. I've set this task for high priority. Hopefully they'll get over here and feed. It says it's currently assigned to nobody. Ooh, might have made a mistake here. I might not have anybody skilled enough to actually feed these fish. Take a little sip of my drink there. Let's see. So we have a ton of messages. Let's take a look at these real quick. This is all panther grouper growing up. Let's see. If we can hit the following guest target, we'll get plus 25 base prestige. Yeah, let's do that. That's going to be easy. And then total prestige from archways. Sure. We'll just keep adding challenges. Just keep collecting all of these as we go along. Let's see. All right. Everything's just kind of running. I think this is probably an okay time to just sit back for a minute. I do see that there's 2 of you guys here watching. So if there's anything, any questions or anything you have about the game, feel free to drop it in chat, and I'll do my best to answer them. I'm certainly not a pro at this game, but I do quite enjoy it, and you know, we're getting there. I want to play it more. It's part of the reason I picked it for stream today. So I'm hoping that you know, I'll have more time in the future. We did get our hermit crabs, so let's take a look at this. Let's see. Hey Trey, thanks for turning up for the stream. Glad to see you today on a Sunday afternoon. Let's look at what our next research is going to be. All right, chat. What do you think on next research here? What should we go for in the rank 4 research items? Or fish, I guess, not items. I'm thinking that we should go with the Midas cichlid because I think that was one of our challenges, right? Let's see. Yeah, to breed 1 Midas cichlid. So we could go with that, or we could go with one of the smaller guys for rank 2. You want to do mantis shrimp? All right, we'll do mantis shrimp. We'll let that run. We've unlocked our large heater, so now we can... All that's left is the protein skimmer, so we need to prestige up before there's any more research. Holy heck, we've got a lot of broken stuff going on here. I might need to hire another staff. Let's see, we only have one that has fixing, right? So it's probably not a bad idea talking. Not a particularly useful skill right now, even though that's one of my skills anyway. Let's hire Josh here. He's feeding and fixing again. Think he's probably not a bad bet. So we'll drop him in. And let's see. All right. Well, okay, so we're fixed. Yeah, these are just breaking down a little bit because of the filters and all that junk that's breaking down. So we'll just wait and see what happens here. Hopefully they can actually get all this fixed. In the meantime, let's review our... Get out of here. So one problem with this game is as you open stuff up, you end up with like a billion things, a billion windows open. So much so that they actually included a close all button up here at the top that just nukes all of the windows. It's pretty helpful. We're having temperature issues over here, but that's because of our heaters breaking down. Now that we've gotten the large heater, I think maybe backfilling some of this stuff isn't a bad idea. So in fact, instead of you fixing that, let's get rid of both these heaters and grab this large heater and put it in place. And that should do the work of 2 of those little heaters. Yep. And yet the filter's broken too. So I guess it is what it is. Let's do the same thing for these 2 filters. And just drop a large filter in here. And that should get us covered, right? Yeah, 72%. So we're scraping by. It'll be better once he fixes this. We might actually not even need that other filter there. So let's see. Filter 7. Yeah, we'll leave it. We'll leave it. It's not going to hurt us to have it. Of course, we have another broken piece of equipment here. So let's start building what's broken over here. Another filter. Shocker. I think it's maybe Prestige 5. Let's see. If Prestige 5, we need I think it's called the power pump. And the power pump is like these little pumps, but it lets you connect to 2 different tanks. So you can really decrease how much clutter you have. It doesn't look like it's actually in this, there it is right there, power pump. All right, so we definitely need to get to Prestige rank 5 because I really would like to have that so we don't have this going on and just having an overwhelming amount of machinery pieces laying around. So we did get a new message. Let's see. So they want to donate some sponge, which, as everyone knows, is the most exciting part of any aquarium. So let's go ahead and accept that challenge just to make sure that our challenge list here is as long as humanly possible. And we got the protein skimmer. That comes in when we get sponges and stuff later. We're officially out of things to research, at least on the prestige side. Or I guess the science side, right? Yeah. So we're out of science stuff to do. Everyone's happy over here. I'd really like to add in some more fish over here. So let's take a look at what we're working with here. They just can't be in here with clams, corals, or gorgonians. Soldier fish are good. And then you guys eat crustaceans, right? How big are hermit crabs? Because it's only crustaceans size 1 to 3. So if my hermit crab is bigger than that, which it is not, then it'd be good. But our mantis shrimp would be. So maybe let's look at that. We're going to do the Picasso triggerfish next, because that was in the chat as a suggestion. Praise the sponge. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Sponge is actually really cool. I mean, I'm not a specialist or anything by any means with aquariums or aquatic life, but sponge is pretty ecologically important. So there's a lot of aquariums that actually, as silly as it sounds, have sponge breeding programs. Because of climate change and coral bleaching, a lot of these filterers have been destroyed over time, and they play a pretty significant role in ocean ecology. So they're important to preserve. I just feel like sponges just don't get enough respect. It's a real shame. So let's take a look at our mantis shrimp. Stop talking about sponges for a minute and see. Require supplement. Do we even have that? That's a great question. Keep doing that. Let's see. We do have a supplement cabinet unlocked. So let's look at the peacock mantis shrimp. It is a crustacean. It doesn't like conspecifics, so it can be the only mantis shrimp. There can only be one. It is a bully. So I don't remember, one of these were scaredy fish, right? Or was that in the other tank? Yeah, no, the Oriental Sweet Lips is a wimp. Dang it, so we can't put that in there. Well, that stinks. But what we could do is we could potentially go ahead and build out an eel enclosure. Sorry, an eel enclosure, and then put in peacock mantis shrimp in there, and maybe we'll throw some hermit crabs in there. No, we won't, because the mantis shrimp will eat other crustaceans. All right, so let's just do a couple of eels in our next enclosure, and then we'll throw the mantis shrimp in there. I think that should clear. I'm just double checking one more time to make sure, because the moray eel will eat crustaceans size 1 to 3. And this is size 4. So let's do that. Let's start our next tank here. And once again, well, actually, maybe we ought to build out our corner here. And actually, let's go ahead and, while I'm looking at it, build this out here. And that should open up our space a little bit. We can make some adjustments to that down the line. But for now, I think this area is good. Let me think. We could free up this space and do a wraparound. Yeah, I think let's go ahead and just expand out this area a bit. I don't want it to be like a giant hallway, because that's kind of what it's turning out to be. But yeah, hopefully we'll work it out. I'm not being overly thoughtful with how I'm building the aquarium. I probably should be, but I'm just trying to relax and enjoy just building fish tanks. All right, so our Picasso triggerfish is unlocked. Let's go ahead and drop that, and then I'm gonna double back and start unlocking the rank 2 guys, just so we have the little ones done with. And the next thing I want to do is I want to look at the tanks, and I actually think a deep corner tank would be slick for the moray eel, and we could do it like this. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so if we're gonna do that, the first thing I need to do is I need to probably pause And then I'm going to press X again to free up this wall space, because for some reason it won't let you put the corner tank in at the same time, or any tank. If there's like a wall behind it, it'll argue with you because staff doesn't have access to it. So we're going to put our corner tank in here. That looks good. And then we need to paint it our theme. I actually don't think morays are tropical. Well, maybe zebras are. Yes, they are tropical. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to drop in this platform. And that will get them up to the feeder. And then we're going to grab a couple of zebra morays. 1, 2. And then we're going to grab our mantis shrimp. Oh, look at that. If I had just read, it says heavily armored, cannot be eaten under any circumstances, and is immune to the effect of biters. So probably wouldn't have gotten eaten by any of our crustacean-eating fish, but it is still a bully, so we're just going to throw it in here with the moray. And holy heck, that tower of requirements. So we've got a fair amount of cash. Let's go ahead and build out the filtration systems and all that stuff. We're going to put our pump here. Oh, we're going to put our pump here and assign it to this tank. And then we are going to grab the large filter. And I'm going to put it over here. And then I'm going to put another one. Do we even need another one? No, we don't. All right, let's drop in the heater then in this corner. Okay. The next thing we need to add, let's see, we have a mussels feeder, but it is all the way over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a mussel feeder. We're going to put that here. The crab dispenser is right there, so I'm not too terribly worried with it being far away. And then we're going to grab a supplement cabinet and put it there, because apparently the mantis shrimp requires supplements, whatever those are. I guess probably some sort of treatment so it stays shiny or something. Who knows? So let's go into our water decor and start building out this area to make it a little more eel and shrimp friendly. So we've got our rocky overhang here. And I do think adding in some rubble in front of it is not a bad idea. It seems like maybe these little mantis shrimp guys probably like that. Let's take a look at our plants. Well, we have to put eelgrass in here, right? It's in the name. So let's drop those in here like so. And we will grab some sea lettuce and put those in, and then let's do a proper decoration. I'm thinking, let's see, how big's an anchor? I actually want the anchor there, so let's do this. Let's right click this to pick it up, and we're just gonna tuck the seagrass there, and then we're gonna grab our anchor and we're just gonna drop it. There we go. And let's zoom in first person and take a look. Whoa, sorry about that. It takes a little bit of orienting. Yeah, I think that looks good. Probably wouldn't kill to put some kelp in there. Or, yeah, kelp, the too-tall one. But, you know, I think this is probably okay. That mantis shrimp is huge compared to the eels. Like, shockingly large. He's a big boy, so, or girl. We're not really sure. Let's go ahead and drop in another staff door here. I just want to make sure we're keeping up with them. And then we're going to slap a coat of our tropical paint on here. And that should get us covered, so let's unpause and let it sim for a moment. We unlocked our Dottie back. So next we're just going to do the tang. Like I said, I wanted to backtrack a little bit and go ahead and get the other the rank 2 guys done, since they're kind of a little easier. Let's take a look at our, tank 4 requirements, or here, the mixed display requirements. So The deep observer tank was what we had built to... Wow, that was quick. Okay, I guess we'll do the Dottie back next. Another one, I guess. Let's take a look at our requirements here. Point value 146 of 280. I don't know if we've really gotten anything that we could throw in here. Maybe some Tang. They're probably not going to be worth much because they're lower research level. So let's run through this again and then pull up our fish options. And yeah, so the Arabian blue line Dottie back is a bully, of course. So we can't put that in there because we have wimpy fish. It's typical. So we can, let's look at the Picasso triggerfish. It only adds prestige and science, and what we really need is more more ecology for this tank. But I don't know if we're going to be able to get that far. We could add a couple more of these guys. Let's just do one more in here. And that brings us up to, let's see, what's the total ecology? This tank is rocking 241 ecology right now. Is there a way for me to switch this from this one to this one? 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's only 3 types in here. So I'm assuming once we hit 5, it'll recognize it as being higher. So let's look at some of our new fish here. I know we got the yellow tang somewhere. Here it is. And they're 15 ecology, and they love plants. This might be the perfect environment for them. Let's throw in a couple of them. There we go. All we have to do is meet the requirements. That was it. So what's going on here? We're just not filtering enough. That's fine. Let's pause for a moment. I'm going to sell this filter. And we're going to slap a large filter on it. And that should get us. There it went. All right. We finally cleared that mission. They said it couldn't be done, but here we are. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. And that should get us squared on that. So let's check our mail for a minute. I'm going to take a sip of my drink here while I read through this. Well, this one shouldn't be that hard, right? 900 prestige or 900 ecology across all the animals. That can't be too bad. Let's go ahead and do that one. Simon has leveled up. So this is what I was talking about, the level up screen earlier. We can upgrade his feeding ability. We can upgrade his cleaning ability, or he could learn some new skills. What I really need is probably upgrade his feeding. I don't need it, but it's probably not a bad idea. Let's see. So this guy has given us an ancient gate, which is just like a prop. So we can go ahead and accept it. And then he's going to give us the ancient gate, which is pretty cool. Oh, I need to actually choose this. Let's grab our cowfish. Hey, we ranked up in prestige finally. Excellent. So now we can actually move forward and get the power pump and clean up some of this mess that we have over here. So let's go ahead and hit rank up. And this unlocks all this stuff. This is stuff that just unlocks immediately. And then this is stuff that we can research. So let's see. One-way gate. Oh, good. We can vend chocolate now. We have some new kinds of paint. We have a chiller, so we can start doing cold water fish. And then we have different types of walls. Very cool. All right. So immediately we're going to do the power pump. Like I said, it's extremely useful, so it's worth it to me to get that done. And then I think, let's see. We can go ahead and place our ancient gate. It just doesn't really make any sense in the theme that we have right now. Let's see what missions we have. Oh, wow. One more animal and it says one requirement's not being met. What's up? Oh, it's just this, this filtration system is broken again. Real shame that. Let's see. So I bet we could combine these two. Or at least, let's see. We can clean this up a bit. All right, let's pause for a minute. And I'm actually going to just sell all this. And I'll show you why. Oh, I don't know why I did that. We haven't unlocked our power pump yet. Shoot. All right, I guess I got to rebuild all of this. Wow. Is there a Control Z option? No? Oh, well. That's what I get for not paying attention. It is what it is, though. So that's all right. We can grab this, and maybe we can still do some consolidation here. Make the best out of the situation. So let's do 2 of these guys here, and then our temperature is still not sufficient. Yes, F in the chat for the fish. Thank goodness it was already paused, or it would have been a real sad time for the fish. But we will get it fixed. Just hang tight for a second while I fix my mistake here. And we'll be back on track. Just slam out this heater and filter. And that should take care of that. All right. Let's see. Where were we? Ah, yes. We could build another enclosure if we wanted to. I'm wondering if we can't just add something to here, because the morays only eat crustaceans. So as long as I put something in here. Let's see. You're a bully, but so are you. So can I add both of you in here? I bet I can. So let's add in some of these Arabian dotty back. Dislikes congeners. Cannot be housed with dotty backs, grandmas, or amphias. Okay, so these cannot live with other dotty backs. Typical. That's all right. We can slam out a few of these guys. Oh, nice. There's our sponge. All right, that's fine, game. I wasn't doing anything. Let me grab 2 more of these dotty backs real quick. All right. So that should increase our dotty backs. We have orange pellets available somewhere. Got our cowfish unlocked. Yeah, orange pellets all the way on the other end of the staff room. I wouldn't describe that as an ideal location. So we will go ahead and drop another orange pellet dispenser over here, just so it's a little easier for the staff to get them taken care of. And we have more mail. Let's take a look here. Our morays are fully grown. And we can get coral grouper. I do like grouper. May eat or damage crustaceans. Cannot be housed with other coral groupers. Man, we have a ton of mail. Let's see. We should be able to delete some of these. And we can still buy this at any time. Let's clear that, because we've already moved all of those animals out, so we shouldn't have any issue. Let's get rid of the growth reports. Let's do our sponge display next. Now they are going to need a light. Make sure we have one before I commit to this. I don't remember where this is. Is it under utility? Yes. Okay. Cool. So let's close all the windows here. And let's pull this back 3. Run it across here. Then immediately pause so we can put a wall in before our lovely guests decide that they want to get behind the tank. Or attempt to get to the tank. So let's do that. And then I actually want to do one of the observer tanks here. I think that would be fine. Deep observer. And then we're just going to do a simple one like that. It just pushes the guest right out of the way. And we'll put another staff door right here. And we never did paint these walls, so let's grab our tropical beach and paint those. And the next thing we need to do is we need to grab our platform, not wall, platform, stairs, and that should get them taken care of. And we're ready for some of our sponge. I'm hoping this is enough space in this tank. We'll find out. Oh, right, they place like plants. Lovely. Okay, so let's actually call a bit of a mulligan here and sell this tank. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just drag it out a little further, line it up with this guy here. And the reason I'm doing an observer here is because eventually this right side will be opened up. And so that's going to ultimately benefit us, right? When this is opened, it'll already be there. One beef I do have with this game is that you can't edit tanks. So like all you can do is sell them. Once they're put in place, you can't change them. Though I guess that's probably realistic. I've personally not owned an aquarium, so I couldn't tell you, or at least not of this scale. I had fish when I was a kid, but I don't think this is quite comparable. And ultimately, I guess it makes sense that you can't just rip and replace your tank at will. So let's get our sponge put out here. That's all of our sponge, and now we're going to have to do all the requirements. And we may actually have to expand out a couple more, like so. Let's bring that across. And yeah, all right, so next thing, we're going to build another pump, as usual. Same kind of formula here. Drop the pump in. Connect pump. Then we're going to grab filtration. Like that. That should be filtered enough. And then we're also going to need to heat it because they're needy. That should be plenty. And the next thing we need to do is add tank lights. So I think we decided that's up here in utility. Yep. Okay. Ooh, so I forgot there's only one light available. Shoot. We might have to separate these sponges into two exhibits. Let's take a look at this real quick. No, all of them require 10. Ooh, okay. Well, we don't have the power light yet. So they're probably gonna have to just deal with it. Well, that stinks. That stinks, but it is what it is. Hey, thanks for hanging out, Trey. Appreciate it. So let's, I guess, just let it roll. There's nothing we can do here, so let's see what happens. Guests are not gonna like this because these guys are not doing well. So let's fast forward, see if we can cheese it a little bit. We do need to go ahead and put plankton food out. So let's go ahead and do that. Drop that there. And it's probably a good opportunity to put in another tool station because we haven't done so in a while. So we'll go ahead and get that done. Yeah, they're at risk of death. This is the saddest thing. Well, it's a good lesson in paying attention to what you're doing, I guess, while you're placing stuff. Let's see, for our next trick, we're going to try and kill... Just kidding. We're not going to try and kill any of the animals. I prefer not to play games as a murderer, I guess. I think it's fun watching people try to break a game, But I feel bad, you know? I don't know if anyone else ever feels bad playing any animal games. Like when I play Planet Zoo or something and an animal dies, I just feel real sad. We're going to go for the Coral Beauty just because I like its name. And let it run. Okay, we got the power pump. Let's see if the power light can get researched before the coral dies. Unfortunately, we're just in a really tough spot because I mistakenly placed this, not realizing that they require 10. So we'll see if we make it in time. We get a lot of science as it stands, so hopefully it's enough to kind of cheese our way through it. We'll find out in a minute. We need to put more bins out. We hardly have any bins for guests to throw their junk away in. We'll build some guest facilities here in a little bit once we get this sponge situation sorted. Let's check our mail for a moment. Let's see. So we have the option to purchase the double filter, which is actually kind of useful. Yeah, whatever. It's 2,100. That's like all of our money, but whatever. I think it's probably useful, you know, in the long run. So Scarlet is leveled up. We can increase her feeding ability. I think that's probably wise. Oh, we're really close to the power light. I'm hoping that we will make it in time. Let's just let this run for a second here. Coral Beauty. Let's see. Common starfish. I do like starfish. Let's go ahead and grab them. Okay, we've got the power light. Let's go ahead and unlock our next item here, or I guess set our research. That's cool. I don't know how I'd use that yet. We could generate more money. That would be nice. We don't have hermit crabs, though. So let's do the ecology poster. And then I'm going to pause for a moment, and we're going to sell the lights so we can replace them with our new fancy power lights. And that should save the sponge. There we go. Pretty happy with that. So let's... Yes, the sponge are saved. I like how I did this whole spiel about how important sponges are to the ecosystem and then just immediately tried to kill them. It wasn't on purpose, though, I promise. I wanted to... I just got a little excited about getting sponges in the aquarium. So let's let this run for a minute. And this will get them going there. Okay. So another day. Uh-oh. Autopsy report. So we did lose a couple of sponge in the process, unfortunately. But they died of hunger, not of light. So I'm going to chalk that up to the keeper's faults, even though I'm responsible for the keepers. Oh, well. I guess it is what it is. We'll live with it. Unfortunate, but, you know, these things happen. Tropical beach. Forgot to paint that, so we'll go ahead and do that. And the temperature is cooling down in there, but we should be fixed. So let me take just a few minutes of a break here, and I will park you in front of one of the tanks, and then I'll be right back. So here is one of the tanks that you can observe, and I'll be right back with you. stepped away for just 1 second, and we unlocked our ecology poster. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll get the padded bench as well, because we are going to build a little guest area, I think. I do have to go here in not too terribly long, but we'll try and get that done before I leave. Let's see. I kind of want the blind cave tetra just because I think they're cool, but they're kind of an advanced fish. So let's do the schooling bannerfish for now. I do probably need to go ahead and hire another feeder. So let's take a look at that. Perfect. Toby, you've got the job. I would like to co-locate some other fish in here with the sponge. So let's see if we can find any. These guys are bullies, but they shouldn't hurt the sponge. They just like rocks, which we can accommodate. Take up size 3. So let's drop a few of these in here. We'll do 4 for now. Which is immediately going to put us in. We don't have enough rock territory, so let's go ahead and grab these. I'll let it sim while I'm doing this. Ooh, can I move around some of the sponges? Let's see. Yes, I can. So let's move a sponge there, and then we're going to move this rock. Not that rock. I wanted the other rock. Not that rock again. Can I do the right rock this time? There we go. I wanted to do the big rock, the rubble here, because that should count for quite a bit. And then we'll just drop in a few more small rocks, 3 to be exact. And that should cover our bases. We got the padded bench, so I guess we'll go ahead and do the hermit crab toy shelf. Wow, we are flying through this. All right. Cause fighting conjugate. Oh, right. They can't actually be together. Whoops. I guess we'll just sell 3 of them. We might undo some of our rock that we've done here, just to free up some space and not make it quite so rocky. And then we'll find something else to put in here, since those fish are generally mean and will bully others. I forgot we can't put more than 1 in them in the tank. So what about schooling bannerfish? Are we able to do that? We would need 6 of them. And each one's going to need 2 plant. So we could do sea grapes. We'll have to move sponge around. Sea grapes will only do 5, though. So let's just do not those, because they're going to be a pain. What about our coral beauties? Nope, can't be housed with a bully. So that rules them out. We could do our hermit crabs, because I don't think they'll hurt the hermit crabs. Let's see. Yeah, we could do some hermit crabs. Let's drop in a couple of these guys. 4, 5, 6. We'll do 6 hermits in here. And we will add some grass in the back, just to make it look a little prettier. And if you have a hermit crab in here, you gotta have a conch shell. That just feels like the right way to decorate this tank. And then we probably want to add at least 1 more type of fish. Something that we don't already have, preferably. And something that's not going to eat my crustacean. So let's see. Have we used our yellow tang yet? Yes, we have. Okay. Well, we could do... We have these... What don't we have yet? The schooling bannerfish. But I think we decided we're just not going to have enough space for them. Coral Beauty is off the menu. Let's look at the Picasso triggerfish. Needs 4 or more different decorations. That's not going to work. You won't work. We've got a ton of you. We might just have to leave that open for now then, because it looks like we just don't have a ton of options. So we'll let it go. Just this single fish in here swimming by itself. And a ton of hermit crabs. You know, they're cool. Hermit crabs are cool. I like seeing hermit crabs personally. It's like when you were a kid and you would go to the PetSmart or whatever and look at the hermit crabs. I mean, not specifically to look at hermit crabs, I guess, but you know, you're picking up like food for the dog or whatever, and your parents make you go and you always drug them to the aquarium section so you could look at the fish and whatever, that kind of stuff. Let's see, we have Java fern. They're freshwater. Let's just hold that in messages for now. And then we have a decorator crab. Interesting. More than one combined size fish. Oh, these guys have a lot of needs. Soft coral lover. Well, we'll keep that in our messages for now. And then these people want to buy fish from us, and we just don't have the fish that they have, so we'll leave them on red for now. We did get the hermit crab toy shelf, which is super exciting. So let's go ahead and grab... Oh, that's interesting. The backpack accessory doubles the equipped staff member's animal food carrying capacity. So let's grab that next, because that's actually going to be extremely helpful. And of course, the next fish we unlocked can't be stored with crustaceans. So let's see if we can find something that'll work well in this tank over here. So we have the porcupine puffer. That'll eat crustaceans. What's your story, Mr. Lionfish? You just need a cave. You eat a lot of food. That's okay. You have armor. Congeners only. Cannot be housed with any non-lionfish or scorpion fish. So that burns him for that one. You eat all animals within 1 to 6. And your cold water as well. And you'll eat crustaceans. Wow. So we're kind of in a really hard spot here. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just go ahead and unlock the lionfish. I personally really like lionfish. So I think we'll just go ahead and start with that. All right, let's kind of build out a little bit here on the aquarium side of things. So I am going to pause for a moment, because what I'd really like to do, first and foremost, actually, let's look at our decorations that we have available to us. Because we do have some archways and stuff that we can build in. And some dividers. Oh, we have roofs as well. So we can finally put a roof on the bathroom, I think. There we go. Clean. Wonder if I can paint the roof as well. I bet I can. Let's see. And it turns it right back to where it was, except now we can't see the ventilation. I guess that would mean it's not technically ventilating anymore, but it's a game, so we'll let it go. So let's take a look at our options again for decor. What I'm really wanting to do is kind of build an entryway. So let's do a flat archway. And we'll do that there. But I'm going to need to expand out the aquarium just a bit. See how much this is going to cost us. That is the maximum I can increase. And it's only 1,000. So we'll do that. And then we'll jump up here and expand a little more. Oh, shoot. I overdid it. Oh, well. The other option is just to go back and sell that area, but we'll go ahead and just purchase it. That way we can have it and be done with it. And then we're also going to want to throw our wall up here real quick. So let's do that and paint it with our tropical beach theme. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in our archway. So I'm thinking, just looking at where this goes, here is probably good. And then from here, what we'll do is we will grab our wall and do this. And then we will paint it with our tropical beach theme. And now we have Tropical Beach World, where all the tropical fish live. Nice. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is kind of build a guest area. So I'm thinking that instead of doing benches, we could do something like this. And I think that looks good. Just some nice bench seats right there in the middle. And then we can grab some bins as well. If I can actually find those. They're around here somewhere. There we are. And we could do a themed bin. Like so. And then let's go ahead and put another bathroom on this side. We are getting to the point where we have a fair amount of guests. So I'd like to make sure that we're hitting their bathroom requirements. So we'll grab our wall. I guess we don't need to wall these in. We just need to paint them. So let's grab our tropical beach paint, slap them on there. We'll also want to put the flat roof on here, though I suppose it doesn't matter all that much because it's kind of the same when you paint it, but that's all right. There we go. Bathroom's there. And then we're going to put a drink machine here. And a chocolate vending machine there. And then we can put, since we have our hermit crabs over here. Wow, I zoomed out really far. We could put our hermit crab display there. And the way that these work is we will have to put hermit crab supply back here. You can put it out on the floor, but people will literally steal from it. So it's kind of ridiculous, but it is what it is. So we'll go ahead and drop that in there. And that should let them resupply it. And then we have this nice guest area here. And we could probably put another little tank here in the future. And that way we can start selling hermit crab toys. And then we have our big tropical area all set up. And then let's see if we can paint these outer walls here. We can. So let's do that real quick. There we go. And now it's all pretty and decorated. And the area is actually themed. It makes sense. And what we really need to do is probably add some more seating over here. Let's see what the AOE is on these. Well, let's drop in. Ooh, I don't think we're gonna have the room for it actually. Well, let's just see how we're doing here with the seating situation. Let's see. We have another bull huss. Wow, that's a good looking fish there. And they just want a humpback snapper. We might have to take them up on that. May not be today. But yeah, in the future, we might be able to grab that. So let's see. All right, we got our lionfish. So now we can go ahead and start unlocking some more. And we have the backpack dispenser. So we'll go ahead and get the large protein skimmer. And I'm going to grab some of these backpack dispensers and put them, I assume they're in staff utility? Yep. Okay. Cool. So this will allow them to carry more food. So I think logically we would put it next to the food container. There we go. And it should let them carry more food when they're going to feed the fish. So this bathroom needs cleaned already. Literally just put it in. Okay, well, that's fine. Let's go to our inbox. Josh has leveled up. Let's learn cleaning because I do need some more cleaning people running around here. Let's take a look at some of our challenges and see where we're at. We haven't really worked on any challenges in a while, have we? We're getting close to our basic, or our goal for the ecology. I'm wondering if I can put out, I think we unlocked the ecology poster. And so I think what I can do is I can... Wow, we already unlocked the pollock. Okay. So I think what we can do is we can put... already unlocked the protein skimmer as well. Wow, we are flying through this one. One of these in front of each tank, and then connect it to that tank, and it should increase their ecology output. So let's go ahead and go through and do that real quick, just so we have all these covered. Put you there, you there, you there, you there, and you there. And that should increase our ecology output by a lot, because this is just going to kind of boost us on that. So day 35. Let's take a look. Simon is leveled up. Excellent. Let's upgrade his cleaning. We're getting larger, so I'm starting to have some concerns about how efficient we're going to be in terms of cleaning stuff up. We have unlocked the humpback snapper, which is one of our objectives in the future. And so we'll deal with that. I'm wondering, can I paint these? I can. Look at that. Just really just theme up the place. Oh, and we can paint the floor too. Okay, let's do that. This is our tropical designated area. So I guess that's as far as it'll let me go. Huh, it's all sand now. It's very immersive for a visitor, I guess. We are flying through these challenges like crazy. Let's finish that paint up. Oh my goodness. Oh, we're fast forwarded still, so let's slow this down a little bit. This is getting to be a little overwhelming. All right, so that takes care of all of that. Wow, we are busy. How many guests do we have right now? I can't remember how to check guests. Let's see. Can I come over here? Here's our cash flow. Yeah, we're doing pretty good on cash flow these days. It's quite a nice aquarium that we have going on. Let's look at guest thoughts. Yeah, so not bad. Mostly positive. There's a couple negative ones in there. But nothing too horrible, I think. So we'll carry on. Let's see. We got our guest area done. We've built a couple bathrooms in the tropical area. It's very cute with all the tropical theming and the sand. Let's go take a look. Let's walk to the entrance of our aquarium and then kind of take it in. So we've entered. I'll probably put some guest benches here, to be honest, just to clean up this entryway. Then you come in, and here is the guest perspective. So we're able to come over and look at all the fish. Got our ecology posters out. Looks like you're walking on sand. It's pretty cool. See our panther grouper, our big feature tank. I kind of wish these ecology posters were a little smaller. They're like huge. But I guess, they're learning lots of information, so that's pretty cool. Then we can see in the eel enclosure, there's our hermit crabs. Oh, I can walk inside the enclosure. That's interesting. Let's maybe not do that. Oh, I thought one of the hermit crabs escaped or something, but that was actually just one of the plushies. Cool. We have our vending area. Bathroom's looking a little worse for wear, but we'll just not pay attention to that. Then we got our nice sitting area. No, I'm pretty pleased with how this is turned out. I think this looks good. I do think that our bathroom situation's a little out of control, so maybe we'll drop some sponge sinks back here, just so staff can clean the restroom. And that should provide them enough to be able to get that done. Hey, we got one of the challenges done. It was for having archways, so that's pretty exciting. Looking good, thank you. It's haphazardly strewn together, but I like it, except for this bathroom. Can we prioritize these guys? They look horrible. I think it looks pretty good. It's coming together. Nice little themed area. Got hermit crab toys. They're selling pretty well, I think. Yeah, daily profit 12. So we're selling at least one a day. Not bad, not bad. Let's see. Yeah, we can do that. That would be an easy one. So we'll grab that challenge. Toby is leveled up. So let's upgrade his gift shop ability just to make sure that we have somebody that's restocking everything. And then 60 guests. Oh, we have too many challenges. I did not know there was a limit. Let's see. What do we want to kick? What was the reward? 1,700. That's prestige, prestige, prestige. New animal, prestige. So let's kick the money one. Because I don't think that's going to be worth it. Abandon. And then we'll accept the guest one. We've unlocked our jetty tank. Well, I think it's probably a good place to leave it. Yeah, so thank you for joining me today. In case you aren't aware, this is my first stream, so I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out so far. Megaquarium is super cool. I'd like to do more of content that is Megaquarium centric on my channel. Right now, I've predominantly played Going Medieval and just kind of some other things that I have in the works. But I really like this game. It's fun. It's relaxing. You can kind of just enjoy building aquariums. And like I said, it's actually on sale at least until December 1st of 2021 for the Steam Autumn Sale. So if you liked what you saw, I would probably check it out and see if you can grab it. This is not a sponsored video or anything. I just actually really like this game. But yeah, so this was Games Over Explained, playing Megaquarium, and thanks for dropping in. We'll see you next time.